Hi, my name is Rizky from acreativealt. My apology that this is going to be kind of a negative types of a content. This is the ugly truth of pursuing your passion as a career. Whenever we watch motivational speeches from successful people, they always mention one of the key of success is pursuing your passion.
Follow your passion first. First.
You find your passion. I was very, very lucky.
Everything I did, I was following something I really cared about, something I loved, something I was passionate about, and I kept following that passion.
If you're passionate about something, it doesn't feel like work.
Find something that you really love, that you're passionate about, and go into that field.
And I was lucky enough to have been pursuing my passion as a career for about 13 years now. Just like many others, I started from the bottom. I started as a junior 3D designer, and I climbed my way up from different companies to become an art director and producer. I was a lecturer for a while before I decided to start my own business, and I've been running my own company for about 3 years now. True, it was a rewarding journey, but it's not always fun. And my purpose of doing this video is not to encourage people not to pursue your passion, but I just want to give a bit of insights from my own experience and many people around me to anyone who are thinking of pursuing your passion as professions. Be it you are currently studying and thinking of your next step, or even someone who is doing some other types of jobs and hoping to actually pursue your passion. The first thing is that it is still a job, and it's a long hour job. If you look at any of the creative industries, regardless whether it's designer, advertising, video productions, music, whatsoever, it's always be a long hour job. For some people who expect to have a work-life balance, especially when you are starting out, and I don't think this is the right career for you. None of us in the industry actually work based on the dedicated hours. Like, most companies actually have like 10 to 6 types of business hours. When you do this for a long period of time, and I'm talking about years, there will be chances that this will actually burn you out. And it happens to me many times in my career, whereby I started to feel the burnout and I started to hate this particular passion of mine. Secondly, your passion changes with time, and of course this doesn't happen all the time. I don't see this on all my friends, some of them pursuing one passion and doing it for their entire career, but I also see some people keep changing passions all the time, and I'm actually one of them. My first passion when I was much younger, I'm talking about my secondary school period, my passion was music. I was playing in different events, clubs, hotels and bars during that period of time. But that passion's kind of disappeared now. My passion changes to animations. I was pursuing 3D animations in my college, only to realize that I found out a new passion in 3D animation. So I pursued 3D animations and design as a career. I started as a junior 3D designer. And for some reason, the first opportunity that I gotten was actually to create a 3D designs of an event. Since then, I've been pursuing my career at the events line. The next thing is, you may be doing something that you don't like. When you are pursuing your passion as a career and you are actually making a living out of your passion, chances are you can't actually choose the projects that it actually comes to you. And when you have a passion on something, chances are you have a specific passion in something. This is what I meant. If you are an illustrator, probably you prefer to draw superheroes. Or if you are a writer, probably you prefer to write horror stories. But when you're pursuing your passion as a career, whereby you are basically making a living out of it, chances are you can't actually choose what types of projects that it actually comes to you. I look back during my music performing time, what I love the most is actually classic rock. I grew up in the 90s, Mr. Big, Van Halen, Guns N' Roses and the likes. But when I was playing in a hotel, the crowds that we played to was an older crowd. We need to play songs that are suitable for the audience, and ended up we were actually playing oldies. I do enjoy performing on stage, but I don't actually enjoy playing the songs that much. So even if you are pursuing a passion that you really like, chances are you may be doing something that you don't actually like. And another thing is that, and this is kind of one of the reasons why I decided to set up my own company. You'll be taking orders from people who don't actually understand the work. And this is why. If you look at any creative companies, most of the time the people on top are actually business people instead of creative people. Even at the same level whereby you are creatives versus accounts, and I do believe people in the advertising line will agree with me a lot. There will be many times as a creative you have to listen to the business people and the accounts people whereby they are not a creative person. Don't get me wrong, I work with many accounts people and business people who are really great, and they do understand the work involved. But there are many instances whereby I happens to work with people who don't actually understand the work. And the problem with this is that they tend to overpromise the client, and this is really frustrating actually. So an example, let's say when you are promising a client animation, there are so many different variables on it, and these variables affecting on how much work you need to put inside, and also the amount of time requires to it. As a creative person who are actually having a lot of passion on this particular work, but then you will be given directions that you don't think it actually makes sense in a creative point of view, it will actually gives you a lot of stress. Lastly, and I think this is the most important, and it's kind of sad actually, you may not make enough money to live. And this is the reason why when the work is actually a passion, chances are there are a lot of other people who have the same passion, and it actually goes back to the economic law of supply and demand. The more people willing to do it, the lower the price. So an example for us now, whereby we are doing photography and video productions, there are many people who are doing photography and video productions as a hobby. Chances are some of the people are actually willing to do this for free. The good thing is that many clients still understand the importance of hiring the professionals. For some clients who don't, feel free to check at this link here, and I hope I can convince you to hire the pros. But we were lucky enough that our passions at the moment is actually something that many people are still willing to pay for it, because the fact it's kind of a necessity in this day and age, whereby especially for the marketers. But if I look back and I still pursue my own passion in 2D animations, and I'm talking about those cell animation, hand drawing types of animations, I don't think I can make enough money to make a decent living, at least not in where I'm located on, because throughout the years I realized that the demand on this particular of work, it's pretty low. So if you have certain passions and you are thinking of pursuing it, I think it's pretty wise to see the demand. In order for you to be able to survive and make a decent living, you have to make sure that this particular passion of yours is actually in demand. If not, then I guess you can still pursue it as a side hustle. I just want to add a bit of my own philosophy on this. This kind of an advice for the younger people out there who are thinking of pursuing your passion as a career. And I kind of reminds me back to my lecturing days, and whereby the tagline of the school is make your passion your professions. Whenever you make a living out of your passions, I would always suggest for you to have a side hustle, regardless whether this side hustle is actually your other passion or simply just to make an extra income. If this passion of yours actually no longer in demand, you can pursue the other one. My apologies one more time, that's a non-motivational video, and again I just want to give a bit of insights to anyone who are thinking of pursuing a passion as a career. And if you have any stories of you pursuing your passion, or any stories throughout your career, and probably the reason of why you want to pursue your passion, hope you can comment here. I hope this video is useful, and thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time.